All right, folks, welcome back to the Bnq and Goof show, episode 4. This is Johnny Bnq Jividin, of course, always with my co-host, Nick Goof Goff. Sup, Goof?
What's up, bud?
All right, let's kick it off straight away this week with some college football picks, some big games going on today. We're just going to go through some of the games we thought were the biggest and most important this week. Start off with Michigan versus Wisconsin. Who you got? Who you taking in that game, Goof?
I got Wisconsin. I think they
Wisconsin. Yeah, I've also got Wisconsin. While we're on the topic of Wisconsin, last week we mentioned a couple of the top wrestling recruits, and Braxton Ames is one of them. Discussing where we thought they'd go, and last weekend he committed to the University of Wisconsin. So it's a little fun tidbit about Wisconsin there while we're discussing them. Anyway, moving on. Next game, got Washington BYU. Who you taking there, Goof?
You got Washington. I believe they could just. They're a good team in the Pac-12.
Yeah, they are. They're probably one of the best teams in the Pac-12. Pac-12, I think, is probably a weaker league, though.
I mean,
last night's game, I don't know if anyone caught Utah, USC. Neither of those teams looked incredible. But anyway, I also picked Washington. But I think BYU is a tough team. You can't overlook them.
Oh, yeah.
they
Definitely
beat
not.
USC
Yeah.
also. So, but anyway, moving on again, Cal, Ole Miss.
I think Ole Miss could pull up an upset.
Yeah, it's weird to call it upset because usually you think a Pac-12 versus SEC would be an upset for the Pac-12 team to win. But I mean, Ole Miss has not looked good this year in a couple of games I've seen. But so that's why I picked Cal. But I mean, they could get an upset. It's really hard to tell how good teams really are as far as cross-conference games. So it could be a surprising result.
It all depends on who you play.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true, Goff. Going up next, Auburn, Texas A&M.
I think this should be a very interesting game. Auburn should win it.
Yeah.
But it should be a nice game. Not a blowout.
Yeah, it's weird. I think Texas A&M is the favorite in that game, if I remember correctly. Is that correct? Do you know?
Yes.
Which is weird because Auburn is ranked higher. I think Auburn ate Texas A&M like 12 or 13 or something. But I have Texas A&M to win. I think they've just looked fantastic in the couple of games I've seen them play. I haven't really seen Auburn play, so maybe that's just a little bit of ignorance on my part. But I'm picking Texas A&M in that one. Playing it safe, going with the favorite. All right.
Safe.
Next, let's go OK State, Texas. Red River rivalry.
Okie State.
Yeah, got OK State too. I don't know. It's really, for me, it's just a gut feeling. I mean, Texas is ranked. OK State's unranked. But, with these rivalry games, you never know how things will go. And I just got a feeling it's going to be OK State.
I mean, I do like Texas.
Yeah.
But it's always an interesting game when it's rivals.
Yeah, it always is. No matter how good each team is, it can always get interesting.
Like Penn State versus Pitt.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't expect that game to be that close.
Exactly.
But it was a pretty close game. Let's go to quite possibly the biggest game of the week. Well, no, let's go UCF Pitt first. We'll save the other one for last.
Okay. I think Pitt's going to win. They're the underdogs, and the UCF is ranked 15th.
Yeah, I mean UCF looks really good. They've had some good teams the past couple of years. Um, I don't know. My heart wants to go with the Pitt upset. My head wants to go obviously pick UCF. I'll stay with the brain pick. I'll go UCF just because they're probably the better team. But it would be interesting to see a Pitt upset. All right, now moving on to potentially the biggest game of the week as far as ranked matchups. We got Notre Dame versus number 3 Georgia. I don't know what Notre Dame's ranked. I think 7. So 7 versus 3 matchup early in the season. Both teams have been in playoffs in the recent years. Who are you picking off? Notre Dame, Georgia.
Notre Dame.
Oh, you're going Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
That's interesting. I'm going Georgia. I think Georgia is, obviously top 3 for a reason. And really, the only team in the country, I think, that has any real shot of beating a Clemson or an Alabama. So, I think I gotta go Georgia. I think it's going to be Georgia, and I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I don't think it's going to be that close.
Really?
I'm thinking like a 2 touchdown or something like that.
Like a 14-point spread.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think it's gonna be like a 3-point decider.
Yeah, that could be the case. I don't know. Notre Dame hasn't really played anyone that shows how good they are yet. So, but neither is Georgia really. So it could be interesting. You never know how these things shake out, like I said. So we'll see how that goes tonight.
Yeah. Hopefully everyone's awake for the games today.
Yeah. So that's, I think, all the picks we were going to do for college. Because basically, really, all the other games are just not that interesting. We're not going to make picks for Clemson versus Charlotte.
No, not at
that's
all.
That doesn't take a lot of brain power. If Charlotte beat Clemson, I would eat my own hair.
That'd be a nice story, but
which one? Charlotte beating Clemson or me eating my own hair?
Clemson losing. I think that'd be that's like Alabama losing in the regular season.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. So yeah, we're not going to go through all that. Now we got to get into something a little less fun for me to talk about as a Raiders fan. And Goof, you probably have a different perspective being a Pittsburgh fan. So I'll go first. Obviously, the man we're talking about, Antonio Brown. AB. A man who went from being arguably the best player in the NFL a couple years ago to currently is not even in the league. Technically. Well, not technically, literally. But let's break this down a little bit from the beginning.
We're start in the beginning of summer.
Alright. He demanded a trade from Pittsburgh. Was traded to Oakland. The Raiders. Had that issue with his feet, issue with the helmet. Never suited up, played any time for the Raiders. Got into a heated argument with our GM, threatened him, whatever, was released. Now, when this happened, I had a little bit of mixed feelings about it. On one hand, I was upset with the Raiders because I thought, why would they release this guy? Just because he's acting like this. Like, they knew he acted like this because he acted like it in Pittsburgh. So why are they acting surprised and now cutting him for it and giving him a hard time about it? So I wasn't a fan of the Oakland Raiders for a couple days. But then it started the way he was signed so quickly by the Patriots made it seem like it was a little orchestrated. Wouldn't you say, Goff?
I think, yeah, this was all planned from the start once he got into Oakland.
Yeah, it made it seem like he never really wanted to play for Oakland to begin with. So I started out on Antonio's side. Then I started to sour on it. The whole thing just kind of made me, sour on both sides. So I was about to swear off the NFL whenever I heard this news. I'll tell you that right now. I was about to say, just forget about it. I'm not even going to watch NFL this year. Of course, there's been some allegations about Antonio Brown recently. We don't know. We're not going to get into that just because we don't know the facts. We're not going to, go one way or the other with that. But anyway, I don't know. What do you think about this situation, Goff?
Just hold on, before I go on what I think about it. He did score a touchdown against Miami. That was what? It was a penalty. It was an offensive penalty against him, but they did not throw the flag. He pushed off the cornerback's back.
I didn't even watch that game.
Just to get to that point, that he really shouldn't have.
Just to get one little dig in first.
Yeah, just one little dig in. My whole thing is from a Steelers fan perspective is that he's toxic, and it's great to have him outside of the locker room. And he's too much trouble than worth. Which obviously the Raiders have came to the same conclusion and amount of like
first,
3 months.
I didn't believe that whenever he came to the Raiders.
Yeah.
He tried to tell me that. I wasn't having it. I thought, Antonio Brown is the greatest wide receiver, arguably the best wide receiver in the league. What's the problem? Who cares if he has a little bit of an attitude problem? As long as he gets the job done. But I don't know. I always try to take the player side in situations like that, but I don't know.
I mean, there had to be more going on in Pittsburgh than was actually reported.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be different for Pittsburgh because in Oakland it's speculated that he never wanted to play there, so he wanted to get released to sign with the Patriots. But he literally said in Pittsburgh that he didn't want to play there, so there's really no conjecture there. That's just stated fact.
Exactly.
It's probably more bad blood with the Steelers even in Oakland.
Yeah, but imagine if he was still there. Our locker room would be in his hands because of Big Ben being gone. And I'm glad it's not to that point.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just a crazy situation.
Like a rookie
so we don't know what
thrown to him?
We don't know what his NFL future is at this point, but
you have no idea. You don't know if he's going to get signed again. I mean, he should.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine him being signed at this point, at least.
I mean, you never know. Teams are desperate. Imagine him going to Miami.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that could happen.
That could easily happen. They have so many easily.
Yeah, but if he didn't want to be in Oakland, then he definitely doesn't want to be in Miami.
Yeah, but what teams are going to sign him now?
I don't know.
Exactly.
That's a good question.
There's only a handful that are desperate enough to attempt it.
Yeah, you're right. So, like I said, it's hard to tell.
But the Pats got him, and they didn't even need him. And that's the true fact about it.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. I'll let
that marinate.
Yeah. Let's get off this subject and go to some NFL picks.
All right. You want to start off with your picks or my picks?
I'll start off with
Yeah.
Me and Goof did different picks just to split up the workload a little bit. I think we each pick 3 games.
Yeah, pick 3 games.
Yeah. So my first one, Oakland versus Minnesota. Shocker, I'm picking Oakland. But I mean, as much as you could just say, well, you're just an Oakland fan picking Oakland. Oakland's actually looked pretty good through the first 2 games. Better than I thought they'd be. I thought this whole season would be a total wash. But, looked pretty good against Denver. I mean, you could say it's just Denver, a bad team, but still looked pretty good. Looked pretty good early against Kansas City. End up losing. But, so I think there's some positive things for them. I think they can go into Minnesota, get a win. So picking them. Next game I got LA Rams versus Cleveland. Cleveland, of course, is as bad as we thought they were. I mean, last week they blew out the Jets, but the Jets are the Jets. That was like the 3rd-string quarterback.
Exactly, and they didn't really even blow them out. Like, it was a close game until, for no reason, until like the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, blowout's
like
probably
late 3rd quarter.
So yeah, I don't.
A blowout is New England versus Miami. That's a blowout, or the Baltimore Ravens versus Miami.
Well, I was just saying that.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you're right, but anyway. So basically, our predictions were right about Cleveland. We didn't.
I mean, so far, let's not jinx us.
Oh well, yeah. So far, you're right.
So far,
but anyway, so obviously I'm picking LA.
Go on week 3.
Yeah, obviously I'm picking LA in that game. Pretty safe pick, I think. And the last one I think was probably set up to be maybe the best game of the week. KC versus Baltimore. Baltimore's look fantastic. Lamar Jackson's look fantastic. Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes look like the 2 best quarterbacks in the league through the first couple weeks of the season. So, I think it's going to be a really close game, but I think I got to go KC. I think they're a little bit more talented overall in all the positions. So, I think I'm going to pick them to win against Baltimore tonight, or not, but Sunday.
I agree. Mainly because I'm a Pittsburgh fan, and I hope Baltimore loses.
You just hope Baltimore loses. I feel you.
That's all I need for the division, because it's gonna be a rough week for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and
yeah, they're going up against 49ers, which is a pretty hot team right now.
Exactly. So I have Pittsburgh winning, but I only have Pittsburgh winning by a point.
Whoa. Yeah, no surprise you picked Pittsburgh there. Yeah, it could be a close game.
I think it's gonna be it's either gonna be a very low scoring affair or a very high scoring affair. No in between.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it's a high scoring game, that's going to really favor San Francisco.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Because it's really a lot of the other players on the team in Pittsburgh's going to have to really step up, carry load. So what's your next pick there, Goof?
My picks are mainly based off of the injuries that have occurred in the quarterbacks. So we're gonna go with New Orleans versus the Seahawks.
Okay.
Who
you picking there?
I got the Seahawks. I think they should easily beat either Bridgewater or Hill as a quarterback.
Yeah. I think they gotta start Bridgewater. I mean, if you remember a couple of years ago, Teddy Bridgewater is a pretty solid starter for the Vikings.
Oh, he's not a bad starter.
I mean, yeah,
but he's been sitting down.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that could be a close game. I think if Breeze was in there, it would be a more
it would be more interesting game. Breeze versus Russell Wilson.
Yeah, So that could be a close game. That could be a winnable game for Seattle. Um,
Very winnable. They just have to play halfway decent. But
yeah,
New Orleans defense is a solid defense. It's just their offense keeping up with the other team's offense, points wise.
yeah. You know what surprised me? Alvin Kamara. I think my early pick for what was it, Offensive Player of the Year or something, or that was yours. Um, I don't remember. But anyway, he has not performed to where I think a lot of people expected him to be so far. And you'd think he'd need to pick up the load for, with a backup quarterback in. They'd be going to a more running based offense there.
It should be interesting. Should be interesting.
Yeah. So what's your third game pick there, Goff?
Third game, I have the Matt Ryan versus Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah. Falcons versus Colts. All right. And the thing about the Colts is I don't think that they've been as bad as people might have assumed they would be with Andrew Luck being out. I think Jacoby Brissett's done an okay job.
He's done a solid job, but with this performance of Tennessee on Thursday, you don't know if Tennessee's all they're cracked up to be. I mean, they do.
Well, I mean, you were the one that were cracking them up.
I mean, yeah, I was, but I don't think the Colts are much better.
Yeah, I mean, I think the AFC South is going to be a really not interesting from a standpoint of the teams are really great. Just the teams are all going to be pretty close.
I mean, it's going to be a battle to win the division.
Yeah, just not a very interesting battle to watch.
Yeah, that team is not going to win the Super Bowl. Like that division will not win the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, that would be very unlikely. So yeah, who you picking next? Falcons, Colts.
I have the Falcons easily winning it at least by 13 points.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense, Goof.
I mean, I thought they had a good performance going against the Eagles.
Yeah, against the Eagles.
I mean, obviously, when they played the Falcons, they had a terrible running defense on them. So, I mean, they played good against the Eagles. So it gives us hope that the Falcons are something while all this QB talk of older quarterbacks going down. It's good to see Matt Ryan shining.
Alright, moving on from NFL to some World Championship Wrestling results. Of course, last episode we gave some of our predictions, how we thought guys would do. So we do a real quick recap. World Championships are still going on, but let's see what we got so far. So far, there's no medals in Greco. I think one guy got 5th. That was it. Women's, we had 3 world champs. Jakara Winchester, Tamara Stock, Adeline Gray. Going into what freestyle has so far, and we'll compare it to what we had picked. Dayton Fix, 57, did not place. Did not medal. I had him getting silver, so I was too high on him. Goff, I believe you had him correctly not placing.
Yes. I'm looking at my list right now. I had him as not placed.
Yeah. So that's about right. 61, Tyler Graff was eliminated, didn't place. I think we both had him not placing.
Yes.
So, 65, again, no placement from Zane Rutherford. I had him getting a bronze. I think you also had him getting a bronze.
Yes, I did. I was very surprised.
Yeah. So, I mean, but he had a tough matchup first round. So,
It's
but
the way the bracket shakes out. It's what it is.
yeah, the World Championships always have weird brackets because they only see the top four. The rest are random. So, I mean, you could get a world champion first round easily. But anyway, moving on to 70 kilos, James Green. James Green also didn't place. I had him getting silver.
I also had
Tough
him
to
getting
see.
silver.
Yeah, it's tough to see him lose like that.
Yeah.
Jordan Burroughs at 74 recently this morning won a bronze medal again, as he did last year. So, lost in the semifinals, the same guy that beat him in the semifinals last year. Getting bronze, I think I had him silver. So bronze isn't that big a step down.
Oh yeah, I had him getting gold, but
Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah.
it is
I
what it
mean,
is.
he's getting older. But, I mean, you still got to get bronze, you know. That's still a big
Yeah,
accomplishment.
it's still a medal.
Yeah. 79, Kyle Dake. Alright, so Kyle Dake at 79. We had him getting gold. He's currently in the World Finals. He'll wrestle that match tomorrow, I believe. So he's at least got a silver. I think he's favored to win that match. You gotta think. So, but we'll see tomorrow if he finishes out with gold. Move on to 86 kilos. Pat Downey. He was eliminated. I don't think. Yeah, he didn't get pulled into repitch or anything. So yeah, he did not place, and I think I had him not placing.
I had him at a bronze.
Yeah, which he looked really good to start out. Dropped a match in the third round. That was just a tough draw for him to get through. Moving on to 92, Jaden Cox. He just won a world championship this morning. His second in a row. Has not been scored on in over a year, or taken down, I mean. Hasn't been taken down over a year. Jaden Cox. Cannot say enough positive things about who I will go out and say is the best wrestler in the world right now.
He's got to be one of the best wrestlers in the world.
I'm saying the best. I mean, you can make argument for some other guys. I'm saying the best, Jaden Cox.
I mean, he's really setting a standard for himself and our country as a wrestling.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I really want to see him go up to 97 for the Olympics next year. That would be sick. So yeah, I think we both had him getting gold, and we were correct on that. That was a pretty easy pick. So
yeah.
Moving on to 97, Kyle Snyder was upset in the semis today by Sharifov of Azerbaijan, who moved up from 92 to 97. So, Kyle will wrestle for bronze tomorrow as well. So that's
very surprising.
Yeah, we thought for sure it'd be a rematch of him and Suliaev in the finals, but we will not be getting that. He will be in a bronze medal match, which you gotta think he'll win that match. But I mean, if he got upset, you never know. So that's unfortunate. I think we both had him getting gold.
Sure did.
But he will at best get bronze. But it is what it is. Moving on to heavyweight. Nick Wisdowski, another disappointing result. He went 0-1. Didn't place. Unfortunately, I think we both had him in the finals. I know I had him as a silver. I think you had him as a gold.
Who, Wisdowski?
Yeah.
I had him as a not place.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I thought you said gold. Well, I have him as a silver. I thought he'd make the finals. He's a 2 times bronze medalist, or yeah, he won 2 bronze medals back to back. I thought he would improve upon that, but like I said, the world it can be wild. So that's unfortunate. But we still have some guys up for USA. Tomorrow be a gold medal match for Dake, bronze medal for Kyle. We'll see if we can finish it out on top. 2 more medals. All right. We're going to finish out our show today with a little bit of, I suppose you could call it a debate. We're going to go, as some of our listeners may know, I am a West Virginia native. Goof is a New Jersey native. So I want to do something a little bit out of the box today. We're taking the best player from West Virginia football. Goof doing the same thing for a New Jersey player. And we're going to debate which state has the best player. We're going to do this for every major sport. This week is football. So, who do you have as the player you believe is the best in New Jersey history?
The best football player that ever came out of New Jersey has to be Franco Harris.
Yeah, he's definitely a great player. That's going to be tough to top. Oh, except, I don't know, West Virginia has this guy by the name of Randy Moss. Maybe you've heard of him. Just the second best wide receiver of all time. Hall of Famer.
Who was in the Hall of Fame first?
Well, that's just because Franco Harris was in the NFL first.
All I'm saying is that Franco Harris was a part of a dynasty that won 4 Super Bowls. He made the Immaculate Reception, the top 100 plays of 100 years, and he got the top 1 play.
Yeah, that's great that he had 1 good play. Randy Moss is basically second most in every single receiving category. As far as yards, receptions, touchdowns. I think he even had the most touchdowns at one point. He has the most for a single season, receiving touchdowns.
How many rings does he have?
Listen, man. This isn't about who has more rings. This isn't a team who was on the better team.
He was on great teams. He just could never win a Super Bowl. He couldn't win 4 times.
Don't say he couldn't win a Super Bowl. They couldn't win a Super Bowl.
They couldn't win a Super Bowl.
So that's not all on Randy.
I mean, obviously.
So I think clearly Randy Moss a better player. I mean, I think if you ask anybody in the world outside of Pittsburgh or New Jersey who is a better player, they're going to say Randy Moss.
That's debatable. Very
of course
debatable.
It's debatable. That's why we're debating it right now.
It's very debatable. Now, you can go either way. It's both options they're both Hall of Fame.
Either way, you can go correct or incorrect. Correct would be Randy Moss. Incorrect would be Franco Harris. But yeah, you could go.
You go either way. Both are Hall of Famers.
Yeah. So obviously, neither of us are going to convince the other which one is better. So that's why we're leaving this to our first ever fan poll. Leave a comment below of which player you think is a better NFL legend, Franco Harris or Randy Moss. Leave that in the comment section of this video, and the results will be on our next episode. So how about that, Goof?
Sounds great.
Yeah, it does sound great because I will definitely win this.
I mean, you might, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I might. But I mean, it depends how many. We'll probably have like 2 comments. So.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see. What if we have 0 comments?
Should be interesting.
Anyway, we'll worry about that next time. Which next time will not be next week. Me and Goof both have previous engagements. I will be in Puerto Rico, and Goff, I think, will be at a wedding or something.
Something like that.
Something like that. So, our next episode will be a couple weeks from now. Until that time, this has been the Bnq and Goof show, as always. Why don't you send us out, Goof? Send us out with an inspirational quote.
Inspirational quote?
Yeah, let me just bring something up on you last second again.
We're gonna go with doesn't matter how hard you get punched, it matters how many times you get up.
Is that from Rocky?
It might be. It might be.
Leave it to That's exactly how I hope to. That's exactly how I hope this would go. Alright, this has been the Bnq and Goof show. Thank you for listening.